To quote a great orator, the rent is still too damn high. People across America are suffering from runaway housing costs. Nationwide research from Pew has measured a steadily increasing rent burden since 2001. Today, one-third of those aged 20 to 34 are considered rent burdened, paying over 30% of their income in housing costs. And if you're looking to buy, a 700 square foot cottage on a third of an acre in Little Portsmouth, New Hampshire is on the market for almost $2 million. The struggle is real. But with every challenge, there is an opportunity. Thousands of enterprising Americans are out there trying to dodge the housing crisis and practice a low-impact lifestyle, sketching a different view of what a home could be. Enter tiny homes. Lofted beds, built on a trailer, mobile, minimal, independent. Usually under 400 square feet, they can be built for a fraction of the cost of the average single-family home. Millennials love them, bureaucrats hate them. In 2016, Corinne Watson and her husband Tom took a big risk when they started Tiny Homes of Maine, designing, building, and shipping tiny homes across the state, eventually taking the leap and quitting their jobs to run the business full-time. They saw an opportunity to serve people like themselves, seeking a simpler, freer lifestyle. But recently, Maine Secretary of State ruled that towns can no longer issue titles for tiny homes, as they had done for RVs and trailers. Because they will not be titled, banks won't finance them. The state now requires a permit to simply transport one from point A to point B. This arbitrary rule is crippling Corinne and Tom's business and their livelihood. It leaves their potential customers out on the curb, still stuck in the rental trap. The tiny home movement is, after all, at its core, about independence and freedom of movement, but the state is simply missing the point. A survey from the National Association of Home Builders showed over half of Americans say they would consider living in a house that's less than 600 square feet. Among millennials, that number is nearly 2 to 1. But clearly, the tiny home lifestyle is not for everyone. It takes a certain do-it-yourself ethos and a willingness to sacrifice what many of us would expect in our living arrangements. After all, who out there would use a composting toilet at home? States and localities can do so much to attract the next generation to live and work in their borders by simply reforming building codes to allow for tiny homes. At least let these intrepid souls give it a shot.